All right, well, we're back the next day. We still got the car on the trailer, and we're gonna go ahead and unload it real quick. We're gonna pull the hood off and see how everything looks, considering it likes to overheat now, and we haven't got that figured out. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it off real quick, and then park it and check everything out and see how it does. You ready to get to it?
Let's get it.
All right.
Trailer.
Hell yeah, let's get to it. So she does still fire up and run, but the only issue, like I said a second ago, is it does like to overheat still. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it out, and we're gonna take the hood off and check everything, check the oil, check the tranny fluid, and then we might let it run for a minute or two and see how it does, but I doubt we'll let it run that long. So I'm gonna hand the phone over to Jordan real quick, and we're gonna back this thing off. Alright, so we started it for what, that like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it was already up to 186 on the thermostat, so something's amiss. We're hoping it's not a head gasket issue, but we're pretty much leaning towards that at this point. So we took off the coolant cap, and it had a little bit of pressure on it already, so we think it's probably something to do with the head gasket and it getting into the cooling. But before we start it back again and check and see if there actually is pressure coming out of that, we're just going to do a quick check and see how the oil looks. And hopefully it ain't milky. It looks like oil.
Looks like clean oil. Let's wipe it and dip it again, see how it looks. How about hit the positive terminal there? Like I do that every time on this car. I'm waiting one day it's gonna arc. No, oil's looking good.
And let me get it to focus here. Yeah, it just looks like oil. It looks like clean oil. It doesn't look bad or anything. No shavings, not that you're going to be able to really tell off a dipstick, but I mean, it looks like good oil.
I don't see no sparkles, so.
Well, let's start it up, and we'll see if we have any pressure coming out of the coolant, which I have a feeling after running it for that little bit, and we already did, and there's almost nothing in there. So whenever you're ready, Jordan, you can start her up. As soon as you turned it off and I put my hand up, I felt a little puff of air. From just that couple of seconds, I didn't feel anything, and then after I had him turn it off, and I kept my hand on it and pulled it off, and then I felt a little puff of air. So I don't know what would be a normal thing for this car, or for like a normal LS thing. I've never had to deal with a head gasket issue, so I don't know if that's normal to have that kind of pressure after only a couple of seconds, but I'm gonna imagine probably not. And with there, it doesn't feel like there's any coolant anywhere. It's just empty pipes. So all that coolant had to go somewhere, and we didn't see it coming out of the car anywhere. So probably come out of the exhaust. I guess that's better than being in the oil though, and hopefully a head gasket issue as long as the block's all right.
Oh yeah.
It's just a simple unbolt the heads and put a new head gasket on each side. Hopefully.
And with it being at 300 degrees, I mean, hopefully it did just kind of
squeeze out,
evaporate it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of letting it mix in. So I'm hoping, because I mean, you know that thing was burning hot. You could
oh, dude, it was.
Definitely throw an egg on it.
Yeah.
It would be fried.
I mean, what do you expect after pinning it for 2 minutes straight?
Hey, all I know is we're gonna fix it and we're still gonna send it.
We're still gonna send it. We're gonna send it just like we did this last time at Bristol, and we sent it pretty good. So we're gonna, I guess, pack it up for today, and now that we have some information, we can kind of go from there and figure out what we want to do. But that's about as far as we're gonna get today. So we'll get back to you in the next clip. Well, we didn't really think about it until after we stopped recording, but we're gonna take this thing off and see if we have any moisture, any oil, or anything that looks funny inside of our catch can. I don't know that, if anything, it would probably just have a little bit of water and mainly just oil. This will also let us know if we had a lot of blow-by during the run too, because it'll have a lot of oil in it.
Yeah, there we go. She's dry, honestly. I don't.
Freaking dry as hell.
Yeah.
Dude. So I mean, we did pretty good on that. We've done good enough to where at least we don't have that much blow-by on this engine, which kind of surprises me considering we have a couple of the pistons gapped a little bit more than 30.
Yeah, they were a little bit, everywhere.
they were a little bit all over the place. Some of them at 30, some at
but
28, some at like 35. It's all right. It still works though. I'm still amazed at how well the engine just runs, considering it has no coolant. So we know, I would say there's a 95% chance that we have some sort of coolant leak somewhere inside the block, whether it be a head gasket, whether it be a cracked block somewhere. There's probably somewhere where water is getting in there and getting out. So it surprises me at how well the engine still runs.
It surprises me. I mean, especially being our first engine we've ever built.
Yeah, first engine, fresh bearings. We done everything on it.
Like, we were fresh, it was fresh, like, and it just worked.
Yeah, first full rebuild, and it's worked for 2 full burnouts now.
Hell, even Cleetus was surprised. He was
he's like, it still runs.
He said that a couple times. Like,
Yeah.
It still runs. I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like,
I guess it's not a very common occurrence for something to be bouncing off the rev limiter for 2 minutes and then still run after.
to be beat on that hard, I mean.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the trans, well, I guess we really haven't shifted in the gears.
You know,
and stuff
we
yet,
haven't checked the
but-
tranny fluid either. You want to check it and see how bad it looks?
Yeah, let's give it a check.
I got the towel in my hand.
Yeah, there you go. I was looking for the roll.
Probably help too. Trans isn't the easiest thing to check. You have to reach over the exhaust.
It's alright. See.
I mean,
Don't look bad. Those
still looks like
fluid.
tranny fluid. At
I
least
know we're not really getting an accurate check here, but
No,
I mean,
not really.
You can pretty much tell though if it's if it's bad or not.
I'm gonna smell it. See what it smells like.
Smells fine.
I will say,
Smells
I mean,
like
the
fresh
tranny
fluid.
The tranny acted great during the burnout. We had no issues at all with the transmission, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, being a 4L60, Hey, we're gonna show people, you can.
As long as you don't let your transmission decide to do its own thing and shift between first and second for 2 minutes straight, you can probably make it last for a while.
I mean, some people talk trash about 4L60s, and I mean, I've been there. I talk trash about them.
Hell, I still talk trash about them, but I mean, it's done as good. We've
Oh,
lasted
yeah.
2 full burnouts. Well, 1 full burnout on this one. But I mean,
Yeah.
it was a full send burnout.
But how many street burnouts have we done too? I mean,
Well, on the last one, we done quite a few.
and it lasted for that long. Plus
But-
the abuse at Cleetus and cars,
about to say-
upshifting, downshifting, all that. I mean,
Upshifting, downshifting. Whenever we first built the car, we didn't put transmission fluid in the tranny for the first, I don't know how long that we were breaking in the engine, so it's just spinning with nothing in it. So between that and the freaking burnouts and all the bouncing up and down on it bouncing between gears and everything, it done really good for what it was. So I'm hoping that we take care of this one properly and it'll actually last a little bit longer for us. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out. So I guess that's the end for this part of the day. We'll get back to you in the next day when we have time to work on it again. Well, it's the next day and I've got the Harbor Freight pressure tester out here, so we got it hooked up and I got it pressurized, so we're gonna give it a little bit and see how it does. So far we don't seem to have a leak. I put it up to about 12 or 13 in that, somewhere in that area, and so far it seems to be doing all right, but again, it's only been less than a minute, so we're gonna let it sit for probably 30 minutes to an hour and see if it drops any, and if it don't, I guess we're all right. At this point, I think what probably happened was the coolant system just got so hot, it just boiling water, and it just spewed it out of a hose somewhere, and we just didn't realize it. Might have broke a seal somewhere, might not have. Might have just puked out of one of the hoses that we had zip tied closed. Not sure yet. So we're gonna see how this looks, and I'll get back with you. Oh, it's been a little bit over 30 minutes. We're gonna check it out real quick. And just like that, we're basically right where we left it. It might have dropped a tiny bit, but I'm gonna probably just blame that on the Harbor Freight test kit because it had a little bit of a leak to begin with. So I guess the next step, we're gonna fill it with water and see what happens. See if it'll hold temp and see if it starts spewing out anywhere or what happens with it. So here we go. Well, we just turned it over a bunch to try and get some water circulating through the coolant system. Hopefully it's topped off enough to work and actually get into the block. But we're going to start it real quick and see what happens with it. See if it overheats right away or if it actually goes for a little while. And I'm going to also check and make sure I don't see any leaks anywhere. So here we go. Well, it's holding steady at 192 with the fan on, so I guess we're all right. What I'm guessing happened is we probably just, the tube that we have coming off the intake, it just has a zip tie holding it. So I'm guessing it probably just got so hot that I had enough pressure to blow out and we just didn't realize it during the burnout. I guess we're all right. We're just gonna leave it like it is for a while and see if it starts to have the same issue. See if maybe the oil gets a little bit milky, which surprisingly, it looks really good. So I guess for now, we're just gonna keep sending it, and if that's the end of this video, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, but I imagine we'll probably be doing some more in the end of this video, so stick around. Well, we're going to take the car on a quick Sunday drive real quick, make sure it does all right, so here we go. All right. You hitting the wrong thing there, huh?
Hey, maybe I meant to do that.
Everything still looks really good.
168. Hey, she's warm enough to go.
Hell yeah.
I'm just letting her go.
Hell yeah. There we go. Hell yeah. Well, if anything exciting happens, we'll get back with you. Still driving like a dream. Jordan, if you want to do a pull, go for it.
Plenty fast though. I looked when I flipped it back up. I was like, oh, I didn't even think we was going that fast. I probably wouldn't have done that knowing we only had just front brakes.
Oh yeah.
But it's all good. Wide open.
It's all right.
Wide open Mexican road right here.
She still drives like a dream, baby. Hell yeah.